Nothing but money for them to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Rondo kicks to Ellis. Parsons against Ariza. Ellis down low. Clock at 4. Parsons attacking. Nowitzki with him. Jones covering.
Well, they need a shot or 2 to fall here soon. They're only 1 of 4 since the break.
Ariza kicks to Jones. The game now all time. Jones has got 6.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yep, that's something that the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary here.
And stolen by Howard. To the paint. Here's Harden. Soft touch off the glass. Harden's got the lead up to 2 now for Houston.
This is not a tough case to crack. I mean, if they want to put an end to this run, they'll need to start getting back on defense.
Yeah, they continue to fall asleep in the transition game, guys, and everybody needs to hustle back, turn their heads, find the ball, find their man.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively, ready to react and make a play.
And how about a look at a few of the hottest players in the NBA right now, the top scoring shooting guards in the past 10 games. James Harden, number 1.
And it's his explosiveness that jumps right out at you. He exploits gaps in the defense better than any player in the league. If there's an opening, he'll find it.
And the opening doesn't have to be there long, Steve, just a nanosecond. I mean, that's the burst this fella possesses, even a hint of daylight, and he'll be right by you. Mavs ownership has made it clear their plans and hopes are that Dirk Nowitzki would remain a Maverick for the remainder of his Hall of Fame career. You look at what he's meant to this team, the 4th most points scored with a single franchise in NBA history. A couple more seasons, and we could move up to 3rd in that category.
Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Dallas. Barea comes in for Rajon Rondo.
J.J. Barea, quick scoring guard, great attacking off the pick and rolls. And for his size, I'll tell you what, he has an impressive ability to finish around the rim.
And for Barea, at just 6 feet, a scrappy defender, Clark. He plays in close, and he's a master of drawing charges.
Yeah, you know, the league actually cracked down on him a little bit. One of the players singled out for flopping, and that's mitigated one of his best defensive weapons.
It's interesting that the Mavs almost exclusively built through free agency. Now, they make draft picks, but they always seem to have a hand in free agency come July.
Well, Clark, you look back at some of the big names they were rumored to be in on, like Deron Williams and Dwight Howard. Those 2 names come to mind.
And they missed out on them, but they've always been very good about remaining flexible when they need to be with the salary cap.
Now the Rockets with it. They're on a 16-6 run.
In the second half of the season, you get an idea of the Rockets and where they stand statistically. 5th in scoring, 5th in steals, and they also show up top 5 in block shots.
And what impresses me most out of all those numbers you just talked about, Clark, is the points per game, because this is a team that has become very difficult to cover. They really cut hard, they set good screens, they get great ball movement, and because of the unselfishness and the floor spacing, they seem to get wide open shots time after time.
Ariza with the bucket.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
And Jefferson wide open. He shoots. And the shot falls short this time. He lobs it up. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Harris kicks to Stoudemire. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Heard the whistle and still kept his focus, able to knock that down.
And that is not easy, Steve. I mean, to take the bump, to maintain control of your body, and put it in the hole, tremendous play.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Dorsey comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Jason Terry. Rockets have had a disappointing game so far from the line. Only 3 free throws made.
At the line for your Rockets,
That one is off.
2 shots.
No luck that time either. Mavericks trailed by 4. Harris dishes to Aminu. Jefferson has a wide open look. Drills it from outside.
For 3.
Here's Prigioni. Guarded by Barea. The Rockets again can't hit. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Here's Harris. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Checking in for the Mavericks.
Here's Prigioni. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Houston on top. They lead by 1. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Houston in the lead. Harden and Ariza out on the perimeter. Terrence Jones out there with Joey Dorsey. And it's Prigioni in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
At the line for your Rockets,
James Harden with the most famous beard in the NBA. In fact, he leaves his barber in charge of trimming it, so you can give him all the credit or maybe the blame, depending on how you look at it.
In Harden, a relatively quiet demeanor. Some have even said moody, but clearly he's embraced his new leading role in Houston.
And he says as much himself. He looks at the Rockets as his team, and you can see it in his demeanor on the court. With that leadership comes responsibility, and I think he's ready to continue to step into that.
Ariza takes to Harden.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make it a close game, a potential momentum builder. Loose defense at such a critical time. You're better off sending him to the line than giving him 2 points.
Dorsey. Stolen by Ellis. To take the lead. And the foul on Pablo Prigioni. That's his first foul. Houston making some changes. Howard's checked in for Dorsey. And it's Terrian for Pablo Prigioni. Dallas also making some changes. Nowitzki comes in for Charlie Villanueva. And Chandler Parsons in for Al-Farouq Aminu.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high, fantastic one-hand jam.
Yeah, what a way to wrap up that possession.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop there.
And that's what you need to pull that off.
Well, both ends of that play, just fantastic.
Nowitzki, the pass to Rondo. Nobody near Parsons. Outside for Rondo. He dishes it to Parsons. That puts them in the lead. 14 points for Ellis. Clark and Steve, neither team with a big advantage here in the fourth quarter.
5 times we've had the lead switch so far. I mean, back and forth we go.
And I think that total could rise, Clark, because 2 evenly matched teams playing a tough game.
Rondo with a clean look. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. Rockets trail. It's Harden with the drive. Misses from close range.
It's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
Stolen by Harden. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. On the run, but he made the adjustment. 8 points for Terrence Jones. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
Their activity at the defensive end, Kevin, has been really impressive, attacking and coming away with steals.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Defensive foul.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yes, thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle was saying to the team. He told them, this is it, fellas. Let's hit them right out of this timeout. Put some pressure on them. Show them how much you want it. Let's go get it. Guys, he's really exhorting them to give them a burst of energy.
6 to shoot. Rondo kicks to Parsons. Here's Nowitzki. Second chance shot. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
21 seconds on the shot. 21.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
16 seconds on the shot. 16.
And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Good, tough defense there, getting a hand up, forcing that miss.
Well, he's got the reputation of being a tough defender, and there was an example right there for him.
Terry kicks to Harden. He's looking for Howard and finds him. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
So nice to have a guy like that who can take charge at any time.
Yeah, so many of his passes, Steve, have led directly to baskets.
And Parsons gets it to go.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will today, Steve.
I'll say the defense has been ineffective trying to run shooters off that three-point line.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Looks like he saw some things out there that needed adjusting and wants to talk it over a little bit with his club.
I don't think you can ever go wrong burning a timeout if you see something you don't like and you need to talk about it.
Terry kicks to Harden. Passes it to Ariza. Back to Harden. Shot clock at 5. Pulls it up. And Houston again with the bucket.
They'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
Chandler's shot, good.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
Rockets have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Harden gets to Ariza. Cans the three.
This guy's really flowing with his stroke right now. He hit one earlier, and now he has 3 in this half.
Nowitzki dishes to Rondo. Low block shot. Ellis kicks to Parsons. Back to Ellis. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Parsons for 3. Parsons can't get that one to fall. Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward.
And they're getting that lead way up there now. It should be a stroll to the final whistle from here.
Yeah, this late in the game, it'd be almost impossible for them to blow a lead like this.
Pass to Nowitzki. Yes!
That's a huge shot.
And that put a hush over the crowd.
Yeah, the volume's been turned down in this building in a big hurry.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
That's his first personal
Smart foul
foul.
there. You've got to try to extend the game.
Team foul.
Yeah, it's still close, but they're fighting that clock as much as the score right now.
Nowitzki with the steal.
Boy, a 3 here would be huge.
Yeah, a chance to tie it up and make it even with the game on the line.
Rondo drives in. Tries a 3. Misses the tray. And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's his first personal
Grid on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
shooting for Houston. Terrence Jones.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. And so it's a narrow victory for Houston, pulling it out for the double. It was tight.